Hello, welcome back to another in-depth weather video. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss another in-depth weather video. Now let's go in-depth. Here I am, National Weather Service page. We are continuing coverage of the wildfires in the western portion of the United States. Not necessarily the southwest anymore, kind of branching out into the plains in Kansas, Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and even parts of California, with wind advisories in California and Nevada, fire weather watches in Alaska, California, Kansas, Nebraska, Wyoming, Colorado, and this other beige color here, that's a special weather statement. But another big story is the excessive rainfall associated with a cutoff low impacting the southeastern United States, which is shown by these flood advisories in North Carolina right now. Now, let's go to that. Here we are. I'm going to go to the Day 2 Outlook, since this is when you will be watching this. Slight risk of excessive rainfall in very southern Virginia and the east coast of North Carolina. Marginal risk in southern Virginia, central and southeastern North Carolina, and northeastern South Carolina. Now, on Day 3, we have a marginal risk in Maryland, Virginia, and northern North Carolina. Now, let's go to the Thunderstorm Outlook, which is associated with this storm as well as other systems. Here's the Day 2 Outlook, and now areas like Minot and Bismarck are in a slight risk, and then you have a marginal risk in areas like Rapid City. But everywhere else in this light green color is in this general thunderstorm category. So there isn't necessarily a risk for severe thunderstorms, but there is a chance that you will be getting some general thunder and lightning. This Day 3 Outlook shows areas like Grand Forks, Fargo, Aberdeen, and Valentine in this slight risk. The marginal risk contains areas, actually there are here, Sioux Falls is in that marginal risk, and everywhere else again is in that general thunderstorm category. Now let's move on to the NAM 3-kilometer model and go more in depth into these thunderstorms as well as the cutoff low. Here we are, NAM 3-kilometer model. Here is the cutoff low, and this is the system that is associated with those thunderstorms. As we continue along here, you can see that this cutoff low will start to move onto the coast as it strengthens. There's the low pressure forming right there, and it'll continue to push westward. So this will be retrograding, which means it'll be going the opposite direction than normal systems do. Normal systems go west to east, but this storm will be going from east to west. We see this most often with waves coming off of Africa. They go from east to west, which is why, for example, Hurricane Irma formed off the coast of Africa and impacted Florida. But that system will be moving onto the coast and also moving northward. As it moves northward, it will dissipate over land. Now, let's go back to this system right here, which will be consisting of some heavier rains as well as some snow in the Rocky Mountains. The thunderstorms associated with this is out east, and those are going to be very spotty, as well as some isolated supercells as well. There is the larger event on Thursday, and this system will be slowly moving across the northern tier of the country, following the jet stream, which is very far north. And if we look at the thermodynamics, you can see that it's very warm right now, but then we're going to be getting a cool down, one that that cold front moves through. So for Tuesday, your high temperatures will be, again, cold in this mid-Atlantic region. That was the same thing as yesterday. Today will be the same exact thing. Cooler temperatures. Apparently, there could be record low high temperatures in the mid-Atlantic. Other than that, 70s and 80s in the east. The central plains, you could be seeing 90s and even some 100s in spots. And the only other place seeing some really high temperatures is the desert southwest, seeing some triple-digit temperatures. The northwest is generally cool, as there is some areas getting snow in the Rockies, and some pretty abundant snow at that. If we go to the end of this, we could see in the total snowfall, let's actually do, total positive snow depth change, you could see some general 6-inch amounts in spots. So that is a pretty decent snowfall, and this is ending at about 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Total accumulated precip at the same time, as you can see, some areas in this yellow here, that is like 12 inches of rainfall, and other areas getting more than 6, an even broader range getting 2 to 6, and an even broader range getting that 1/2 inch to 2 inch mark, just from the cutoff low. Then you have the same scenario, that blue is 0.5, 1/2 inch to 2 inches, the purples, pinks and purples, are 2 inches to 6 inches, and this maroon to like orange, peach color, and then into yellow is 6 inches plus. Now, let's move on to our fire weather outlook to talk about the current wildfires. We still have this critical risk in the area that we have been seeing in the 3 to 8 day fire weather outlook highlighted here, including Grand Junction, Colorado. Other areas in elevated risk include Las Vegas, Cedar City, Flagstaff, of course we already mentioned Grand Junction, Casper, Wyoming, Rapid City, South Dakota, Cheyenne, Wyoming, Denver's just outside of that risk, and Colby, Kansas. Now, the 3 to 8 day outlook does show that the risk that we are showing the past few days is gone. It's gone. So that is a sign for some better fire weather to come. Now, let's move on to the National Hurricane Center, where we are tracking that cutoff low to possibly develop 10%, but if you do remember, a low chance tropical cyclone did form earlier this year. That was Tropical Storm Bertha. Had a very low chance of forming, but it did form, and it did form in this general area and eventually made landfall in the North Carolina, South Carolina area. If this storm does get named, which again it only has a 10% chance of doing so, it would be Tropical Storm Dolly. Tropical Storm Dolly, and that would be the 4th storm this season. It's been a very active hurricane season in the Atlantic Basin so far. If you want more information on tropical cyclones, I will link my deep dive tropical cyclones in the cards. Should be popping up at the beginning of the hurricane segment. That is where I will leave it with that, and I hope you guys all have a great Tuesday.